performance of the Crucible. At this time, we please ask you to silence all cell phones and electronic devices. Also, please refrain from the use of flash photography during the performance. There will be one 15-minute intermission where concessions and some t-shirts are going to be sold. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show, and if you enjoyed it tonight, please tell your friends and loved ones to join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Enjoy the show.
Out of here!
My Betty not gonna die!
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh my God. God help me, Betty child. Dear child, will you wake? Will you open up your eyes? Betty, little one!
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, the doctor. Let her come, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs could become a child youth, Reverend Sir, but he cannot discover no medicine for it in his books.
You must search on.
Aye, sir. He been searching his books since he left you, sir, but he bid me tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it.
No, there be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I sent for Reverend Hale, and Mr. Hale is surely to confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you. Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her. The rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think it best you go down and deny yourself. The parlor is packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
What shall I say to them? Did I discover my daughter and niece dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
I I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, she was frightened and took fright.
Child, sit you down!
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look, you child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in time. But if you traffic with spirits, I must know of it. For surely my enemies will, and they'll ruin me with it. So you will understand I have many enemies, Abigail.
I never conquered spirits.
There is a faction sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I do, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my very household is the scene of such obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
I get it, sir.
I saw Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came in. Why was she doing that?
She always sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
A dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You've mistaken yourself, Uncle.
I saw it. Now tell me true. My ministry's at stake. My ministry, perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done there, give me all of it now. For I dare not be taken unaware before them down there.
Give me nothing more, I swear it, Uncle.
I've spent 7 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character.
There be no question about my name, Uncle.
Is there any other reason, other than what you have told me, for Goody Proctor discharging you? It is troubling me that you are now 3 months out of their house, and all this time no other family has called for your service.
Why? They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not blacken my face for any of them.
No. No, I cannot. Oh. Putnam, come in.
It is marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it is.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it is sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingleson's farm and come down as light as a bird, he says.
Now look, you Goody Putnam. She never... Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence the thing is out now. It's a providence.
What's up?
Why? Her eyes is closed. Look, you, Anne.
But that's strange. Hers is open.
Little Ruth is sick.
I would call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. Death driving into them forked and hoofed.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, and yet her eyes open and she walks, and hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
They say that you sent for Reverend Hale with Beverly.
Precaution only. He has much experience in the demonic arts.
He has indeed found a witch in Beverly last year.
Now, Goody Anne, they only thought that there were a witch. And I am certain there be no elements of witchcraft.
No witchcraft! Now look, you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, lead not to witchcraft. I know you, and least of all, Thomas, will lay such a drastic charge upon me. We cannot lead to witchcraft, for they will hold me on assailant for such corruptions in my house.
Now look, you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
Thomas, you cannot.
And tell Mr. Paris what you've done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 unbaptized babies in this earth. Believe me, sir, you have never seen more hearty babies born. And yet, each would wither in my arms the night of their birth. I have spoken nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now, this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and now she shrivels like a sucking mouth. We're pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
Tituba? What made Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead.
Green Hand, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I may surely take it on my soul, but for else may turn surely tell us the person who murdered my babies.
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris! And mark this proof. Last night, my brood were ever so close to their little spirits. For how else is she struck dumb, but except some power of darkness will stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There's a murderous witch bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
And you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
Now I am undone.
You're not undone. Let you take hold here and wait for no one to charge you. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house, Thomas. In my house! They will topple me with this! They will make it of a...
Your pardons. I only want to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave him hell for his knees before.
There's a sign of life.
I fear no more, Kitty Pepper, for her grand sneeze. Another like it will shake her wits, I'm sure.
Would you leave me now, Thomas? We'll pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why not go down and...
No. Oh, wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike down against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I've had enough of disputation since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, did you go home with Ruth, did you hear?
I know.
She started to deliver a call for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There's a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty. Betty, dear, sit up and stop this.
Have you tried meeting her? I'd give Ruth a good one and wait for her a minute. Here, let me have it.
No, we'll be coming up soon. Now look you, if they be questioning us, tell them you danced. I told them as much already.
And what more?
I saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus!
What do we do? The whole village is out.
What'll we do?
I just come from the farm. The whole country saw you witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby! She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Patrice a hanging there. A hanging like they done it in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby. You'll only be witches for dancing and the other things.
We'll be.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty, it's Abigail. Wake up now. I'll beat you, Betty! My, you seem improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything. So there's nothing. I'm not my mama! What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried. Let me fly to mama! Let me fly! I talked to your papa and I told him everything. So there's nothing. You drank blood, Abby. Drank blood! You'll never say that again. You will never! You did! You did! You drank the jar to kill John Robert's life. You drank the jar to kill Goody Cross. Shut it! No, shut it! Mama! Mama! Now look, you, all of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. And mark this. Let either of you breathe a word or the edge of the word about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night with the pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' head on the pillow next to mine, and I've seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Sit up and stop this! What's got her? Abby, she's going to die. I say shut it, Mary Warren. Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? And why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings.
I'll show you a great doing on your house one of these days, and I'll get you home. My wife's waiting with her work.
I'd best be off. I have my room to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor. She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Surely you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Posh. We danced in the forest last night and my uncle leaped in on us. She frightened us all.
Dancing by moonlight? He'll be clapped in the stocks before he's 20.
Give me a word, John, a soft word.
No, no, Abby, I've not come for that.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I come to see what Mr. and your uncle's brewing. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I've been waiting for you every night.
I'll not be coming for you more. Put it out of mind.
Surely you're sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you touched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I came near. I saw your face when she put me out. And you loved me then, and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing, they say wild things. I've seen you since you put me out. I've seen you nights.
I've hardly stepped off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense of heat, John, and yours draws me to my window. Did you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I can't sleep for dreaming. I can't dream, but I walk about the house as though I find you coming through some door.
Child!
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I ever reach for you again. Put it out of mind. We never touched.
I bet we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel at how such a strong man may let a sickly wife be.
You will speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her.
You look for whipping.
I look for John Proctor that put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by all these Christian women in their convents and men. And you bid me tear the light out of my eye. I cannot. I will not. You loved me, John Proctor. And when I sin as you love me yet, kidding me!
Child, what
Betty? Betty?
Stop that there.
What are you doing to her? Betsy!
The song! The song! She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name! She heard you singing and now she's up and screaming. Mark it for a sign! Mark it!
It's a notorious sign of witchcraft afoot. A prodigious sign.
My mother told me that. They cannot bear to hear the name of...
Rebecca, come to her, for suddenly she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. It was a hard sickness your child told you, so please keep the quiet.
I have not said a word. No one here can testify that I said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
Then be quiet now.
What have you done? Pray, be calm. I have 11 children and I am 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. And when I come upon them, they will run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still. And for love, it will soon itself come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat.
Perhaps she's not hungered yet. Mr. Paris, I hope you are not decided to go in search of new spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
Wide opinions running in the parish, that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that they are all wrong.
And that you come out and call them wrong. Are you the minister of our church or Mr. Hale? Did you consult with the wardens of this church before you called this minister here to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
Pray that there be children dying in the village. Mister,
I see none dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as you can. This will set us all arguing again in the society, and we've got to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Bruce now in good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us turn to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and...
how may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed has peopled this province. And yet, I have 1 child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think that it's God's work that you should never lose a child, nor a grandchild either. And I marry all but one.
When Reverend Hale arrives, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in the society, not by acreage.
Why? I've never seen you so worried on the society, Mr. Proctor. I don't think I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who stay away from church because he hardly even mentions God anymore.
Oh, that's a drastic charge.
It is somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. The children are not unmindful of their obligations towards this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides that I'll be supplied with all my firewood. Yet I have been waiting since November for a stick. And even in November, I have to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy wood, Mr. Parris.
I am paid little enough without I spend £6 on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I, and a well-instructed mathematic.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man in my kind than £60 a year. I am not used to this kind of poverty. I left the thrifty business in Barbados to serve the Lord. I cannot fathom. Why am I being persecuted here? I cannot make one proposition without there being a howling riot of arguments. I sometimes wonder if the devil may be among it. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Parris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
I am your third minister in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like a cat whenever the majority feels whipped. You people seem not to understand that the minister is the Lord's man in the parish. And it's not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can we speak 1 minute without we land in hell? I am sick of this hell.
What are we Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers?
There is a party. I am not blind. There is a faction and a party.
Against you?
Against him in all authority.
Why, then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have crops to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? He says there is a party. Let's join that party.
No, John, I've changed my opinion on this man. Mr. Parris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind, wherefore the trouble be among us all? Why is everybody suing everybody else? I've been in court 6 times this year alone.
Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation? You're old, Giles, and you're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I have only last month collected £9 in damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof of your house.
I never said no such thing, but I paid you for it, so I hope I may call you deaf without charge. Come on now, Giles. Let's drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is that you're dragging home, if I may ask you?
My lumber, from out the forest by the riverside.
Why, we've surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract was in my bounds. It was in my bounds.
In your bounds? I purchased that tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
Well, he had no right to sell it. It reads clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river and...
Your grandfather had a habit of willing land that never really belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
And that's God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture last year, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he set his name to it. Come on, John, I have sudden world work coming on.
Lord, one over mine, you'll fight to drag it home.
And we'll win too, partner, this fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my gun on you, Corey. I'll slap a writ on you.
Pray, someone take these.
Mr. Hale, it is good to see you again. My, these are heavy.
They must be. They are weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I knew you. But I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this man? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife, Anne.
Putnam, I had not expected such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us, Mr. Hale. We look for you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child else too.
Her soul seems flung away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Not to eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No, these are farmers.
We don't believe in witches.
I've never spoke on witches one way or the other. You come, Giles?
No, John. I have a few questions of my own type, fellow.
I've heard you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you'll leave the forbidden sailor.
You look at my daughter, sir. You discover her on the high road, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly. She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. It's a sure sign of witchcraft afoot.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise, and the marks of his presence are definite as stone, and we must look only for his proper signs, and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all that I shall not proceed unless you are prepared to believe me if I should find no trace of Helen's.
It is agreed. It is agreed, sir. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now, sir, what were your first warning of this strangeness?
Well, I discovered my niece, Abigail, and 10 or 12 other girls in the forest last night, dancing.
You permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
Mr. Paris, the slave, has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
There is no proof of that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure up the dead?
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca, not you. I will not have you judging me no more. Mr. Hale, do you think that it's a natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7, 10 in childbirth?
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your wizards that go by land, by air, and by sea, your witches of the night and of the day. Have no fear now. We shall find him out if he has come among us. I mean to crush him utterly if he show his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
But, Rebecca, we may open the boil of all our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I'll go to God for you, sir.
Oh, not say that we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let's get on. Sit you here.
Oh, Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I've looked many, many times and find her in the corner reading a book. Now, what do you make of that?
Why, that's not
Well,
necessarily...
it discomforts me. Last night, mark this. I tried, and I could not say my prayers. But then suddenly, she closed her book and walked out of the house, and suddenly, mark this. I can pray again.
Ah, stoppage of prayer. That is strange.
Now, I'm not saying she's been touched by the devil, but I'd be admired to know what those books are and why she reads them.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me, if the devil is in her, she will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please to keep your wits about you. Now Betty, dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I'm John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
How can it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What better victory would the devil have to what his soul already had? It is the best the devil wants. It is better than the minister.
That's deep, Mr. Paris. Deep.
Someone afflict you, child. It need not be woman find you, or man. Perhaps some bird invisible to others comes to you. Perhaps a pig or any beast at all. If there's some figure bids you fly, in nomine Domini Savior, sweetly qui et inferno. Abigail, what kind of dancing were you doing with her in the woods?
Why, come dance is all.
I have to say that I saw a kettle lying in the grass.
That's only soup.
Soup? What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
Why, there would be little, I think.
Mr. Paris, you did not notice, did you? And living thing in the kettle? A mouse, perhaps? A spider, a frog?
That frog jumped in, we never put it in.
A frog! Abby!
Put it in.
Abigail! Maybe your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
Tituba called us.
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps? A trembling below the ground?
I never saw no devil. Betty! Wake up, Betty!
You cannot evade me, Abigail! Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She did not.
Did you drink it?
No.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink of the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. Happy. She makes me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby's blood? No, chicken blood. I give she chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
I don't talk with the devil.
Why did she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You have set your spirit upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She set her spirit on me. In church, she made me laugh at prayer.
She have often laughed at prayer.
Sometimes I find myself sleeping, and then I dream corruptions.
Abby!
Then I find myself standing in the open doorway, not a stitch on my body. I always hear her sing her Barbados songs. I always hear her touching me when in this room.
I want you to wake this child.
I have no power on this child, sir.
You most certainly do, and you will listen from it now. I need to come back with the devil.
I don't come back with no devil.
You will confess yourself. I will take you up and whip you to your death.
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
No. I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break free with it entirely. We are going to help you, dear. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
I don't desire to hurt little children.
You love God, Tituba.
I love God with all my being.
God's holy name.
Bless him. Bless him.
To his glory.
Eternal glory. Bless him. Bless God.
Open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with another person? Perhaps another person from the village? Someone you know?
Sarah Good. Did you see Sarah Good with the devil? Or Osborne?
Was woman.
A woman. A woman? You said what woman?
It was black dark and I...
You could see him. Why could you not see her?
Well, they was always talking. They was always running around and carrying on.
To Salem. Salem witches.
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are, do you understand? He will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I, sir. Oh, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft. That speaks a wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you, Tituba.
Bless you, Minister Hale.
You are God's instrument, put in our hands to help discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen. So speak honorably, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
Was 4. Was 4.
Who? Their names! Their names!
Oh, how many times he made me kill you, Mr. Pratt?
Kill me!
He come to me and he said, Mr. Pratt is no good man. Mr. Pratt is mean man and no gentleman, and he bid me rise out of my bed and cut your jaw. I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he said, Chiba, you work for me, and I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear, and raise you way high up in the air, and you're gonna fly back to Barbados. And I say you lie, devil, you lie. Then he come to me one stormy night, and he say, look, Tituba, I have white woman with me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
I saw, and Goody Osborne. I knew it! Goody Osborne was midwife to me 3 times. I begged you, Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call her because I feared her. My baby's always shriveled in her hands.
Take courage. You must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these children suffering? Look at them. Look at their God-given innocence. Their souls are so tender. We must protect them. The devil is out and preying on them and could feast upon the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the sweet light of God. I want the love of Jesus. I danced for the devil I wrote in this book, but I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She speaks. She speaks! Or to God! It is broken, they are free!
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil.
I saw Goody Willard with the devil.
I saw Alice Barrow with the devil.
I saw Goody Hykins with the devil. I saw Mr. Barton with the devil.
I saw Goody Cobb with the devil.
I saw Goody Franklin with the
The
devil.
marshal. I'll get the marshal. Let the marshal bring irons.
I saw Goody Hopper with the devil.
Planting far out to the forest edge.
Oh, they're done then?
Aye, the farm is seated. Boys asleep.
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer. You well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Who is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No. She come walking into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
It is a good sign, welcome.
Pray God, help me to strip her. Poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
Took good care. She's tender?
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
The crop is good. I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Tighter.
Aye.
This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot, dropping seeds in it.
It must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I never see such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again, are you?
You come so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I had thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
Couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened on the street.
How may that mouse frighten you?
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go. Then she raises up her chin at the daughter of the prince and says, I must go to Salem, goody Proctor, for I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says. Waiting magistrates of the general court, and of the head sits deputy governor of the province.
She's mad.
But to God she will. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, she says, and they'll be tried, and the court have power to hang them too,
They
she
never
says.
hang.
John, the deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speak of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. The folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person is clapped in the jail for bewitching her.
Black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel's chamber. He knows you well. Tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then, let me think on it.
I am only wondering how I may prove what she told me. If the girl's a saint now, I think it is hard to prove she's fraud, and the town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone,
Why then, it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I said. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
Doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that we must go to hurt, would you falter now? Think not.
Oh, look, you.
I see what I see,
You
John.
will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. That you look to your own improvement before you go to judge me anymore. I forgot Abigail.
And
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I have not moved from there to there without I think to please you. And still, an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I speak but I am doubted, every moment judged for lies, as though I am entering a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me.
I will plead my honesty no more.
John,
No more! I should have brought you down when you first told me of your suspicion. But I wilted, and like a Christian, I confess. Some dream I must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. But you remember it. That you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart and judges you. I never thought you were a good man, John. We somewhat bewildered.
Elizabeth, your justice would freeze fear. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I will whip the devil out of you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick. I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray, hurt me not. I inside you all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of the proceedings here? When will you keep this house as I pay you £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well.
I made a gift for you today, good Proctor. I had to spend long hours in a chair past the time of sewing.
Why, thank you. It is a fair pocket.
We must all love each other now, goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning to clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true that there be 14 women in the jail?
No, sir.
There be 39 now.
Why, she is weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Why?
And the deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
But she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his beloved book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down and we all must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near to choke us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary, Mary,
She
surely.
tried to kill me many times, goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come to the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches, and so very old and poor. But then she sit there, denying and denying. and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begins to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air, and then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice, and all at once I remember everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times with Miss Proctor, she comes to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, whenever I turned her way empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble hungry.
Aye, but what does she mumble? You must remember Goody Proctor. Last month, on Monday, I think, she walked away, and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do.
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asked her so. Pretty good, says he. What curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? She replied, Why, Your Excellency, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne says, Recite first your commandments. And of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned
But
herself.
the proof!
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as rock, the judges say.
Therefore, you'll not be going to that court anymore.
I must tell you, sir, I'll be gone every day now. I'm amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What strange work it is for young girls to hang old women.
But Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail sometime. Here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman is near to 60.
They had Dr. Briggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. Smoking a pipe all these years and no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they won't hurt the innocent child. Be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. I'll be gone every day now for some time. I'm an official of the court. They
I'll official you!
I'm not going to be any more, Mr. Proctor.
I let the devil
Save
out!
your life today!
I am accused.
You were somewhat mentioned. But I said I never saw no sign you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot tell it. I hope you not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat to dinner with us about an hour ago. I would have you speak civilly to me from this hour.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more. I'm 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed!
Good night, then!
Good night!
The noose. The noose is up.
There will be no news.
She wants me dead, John. I knew all week it would come to this.
You heard her say they dismissed it.
And what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know
I
it.
say sit you down. Now we must be wise.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
I was wondered that they do believe her.
John, with so many in jail, I think much more than just going to Ezekiel Cheever is needed now. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
Why? What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There was a promise made in them.
What promise is that?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now, I'm sure she does. It makes to kill me for you to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John. I know it. There'll be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? I think there'll be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no Goody Good who sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She
She dare not call such a father's wife, for there be monstrous company. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
Have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She will pass you in the church with you blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she see another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am married.
When will you know me, woman? Were I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John, break it!
Good then, I'll go.
How unwillingly.
I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder in hell. Fear not, but pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger? I only ask.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then why do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare, I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But plead no more. I see now your spirit twists around the single arrow of my life, and I'll never tear it free.
You'll tear it free. You come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why, good evening, Mr. Hale. Come in, come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, no. It's only that I heard your voice.
You're a good wife, Proctor.
Aye, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not up to bed yet.
No, no. I'm not used to visitors at night, but you're welcome here. Will you sit you down, sir?
I will. Let you sit, good wife, Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I've some further travel yet tonight. Sit you down, sir. I will not keep you long. I have some business with you.
Business at the court?
No. No, I come of my own without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
Our Mary Warren told us, and we are entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know. And in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of them that come accused before the court. So this afternoon, now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house, and
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhere.
I hope you do not believe, sir, that Rebecca has trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think it.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon the village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. Will agree, sir?
I have no knowledge in that line. But it's hard to think so pious a woman secretly be the devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Aye. But the devil is a wily one you cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused. And I know she will not be. I thought, sir, as to put some questions to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you're rarely in the church on Sabbath.
No, no, sir, you're mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17 months, sir. I must call that rare. Will you tell me why you're so absent?
I never knew I must account to that man, for I came when I could. You see, my wife was sick this winter.
So I'm told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I came when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church, Mr. Proctor. Your theology must tell you that.
It does, but it also tells me that a minister can preach without he have 2 golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What? Golden candlesticks?
You see, when we built the church, there were 2 pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know, and a sweeter hand never touched the metal. But when Paris came, for 20 weeks, he preached golden candlesticks until he had them. I labor from the dawn of day to the brink of night, and when I look up at heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt it.
And yet, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that man should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. The man's ordained. Therefore, the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No. No, I have no.
I hung the roof. I built the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign, then.
Maybe I have been too quick to bring the man to book, but surely you cannot think that we ever desired the destruction of religion in this house. That is in your mind, is it not?
There's a softness in your records. A softness.
Perhaps we have been a bit harsh with Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Elizabeth, do you know your commandments?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
Why, I am sure I do.
Let you repeat them if you will.
Commandments?
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain, nor have any other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt respect thy father and mother. Thou shalt never bear false witness, nor make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
I think it be a fault.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, Mr. Hale, between the two of us, we do know all who connect.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in the fortress may be counted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray dearly. Well then, I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I believe you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Kitty Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add the words to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, cannot prove it, except my word be taken into court. But I know that children's sickness had not to do with witchcraft.
Not to do. Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail!
She told it to me the day you came, sir.
Abigail Williams said it had not to do with witchcraft.
Aye, sir.
What? Why did you keep this?
Never knew until today that the world had gone so daft with such nonsense.
Nonsense? Listen, I myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not? They must hang for denying it. There are them that will swear to anything before they hang. Surely you thought of that, Mr. Hale.
I have. Indeed. And you? Would you testify to this in court?
I had not reckoned I would go to court, but I must, I will.
Ah. You falter there? I think you...
I falter nothing. Strange to think that so well learned a minister as you would suspicion such a woman that cannot lie. She would never lie. I may falter somewhat, but I am not a fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now. For I have heard a thing that troubles me. It's said you hold no belief that there may be even witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I have questioned whether there be witches in the world.
Then you do not believe?
God says there are witches, but I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe.
You cannot?
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I do not believe, Mr. Hale, that a woman keep an upright way as I have.
witches in.
If you think that I am one, then I say that there are none.
You surely do not fly against the gospel. The gospel.
You do not mean to go against the gospel.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday and sit after prayer. Keep a solemn, quiet way among them. I think.
John! They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse.
What's the matter? Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Cheever come and take her in his life. We've only now just come from the jail, and they'll not even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor?
Maybe calm, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. Not the Corinth. There isn't a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
How are Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
Murder, she was charged. For marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies.
How may such a woman murder children?
Leave me, sir. If Rebecca Nurse be tainted, then nothing's left to stop the whole green world from burning. That you rest your justice among the court. The court will send him home. I know her.
Not me. She will be tried in court.
Man, remember, an hour before the devil tempted, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
Mr. Hale, I never said my wife were a witch. I only said she were reading books.
Mr. Corey, exactly what complaint were made on your wife?
Well, Walcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig off my wife, say 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he come and dancing back for his money. So she say to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you won't live to own money. So now he goes to the court and say that since that day he cannot keep a pig alive because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Good evening, Mr. Cheever.
Good evening all. Good evening to you, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I am the clerk of the court now, you know.
Why, isn't it a pity, Ezekiel?
Tis pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor may go to heaven, must burn in hell. You're burned for this.
You know I must do as I am told. You surely know that, John. And I think you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, I'll have you be the law. All this tonnage I do carry in my back to I have a warrant for your wife.
What's that you say? A warrant from... You said she were not charged!
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
She's given 16 more tonight and she has won.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Gail Williams. On what proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I'd like not to search your house. You hand me any poppets your wife may keep here.
Poppets?
I never kept no puppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppy, good Proctor.
Why, this? This is Mary's.
Give it to me.
Does the court discover a text in puppets now?
Did you keep any others in this house?
No. Nor this one either, till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, a poppet may signify. Now, woman, will you please come with me?
No, she will not. Rich Mary.
No, I'm forbid to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind. Rich Mary.
What signifies the poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say it may signify that she... Why, this...
What's there?
Why, it is a needle. Willard, it is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard for a Proctor. This, I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts. This is calamity. You see it, sir. It is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner at Reverend Hale's house tonight. Without a word or a warning, she fell to the floor. Like a struck beast, he says. Scream to scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he go to save her. And stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly, he drew a needle out. And he demand of her how she become so stabbed. And she testify of where your wife's familiar spirit.
Why, she done it herself. Surely you've not taken this as proof.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly of the poppet, a needle struck. I tell you true, Proctor, I never warranted this fool pal. I bid you, struck me not for I.
Here now. Your poppet.
What puppet's that, sir? Why, I believe it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in the court and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, Mr. Hale, do you have it?
Mary Bourne, a needle had been found inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
Child, you are certain this be your natural memory. Maybe perhaps someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing in court. Ask Abby. Abby said...
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge...
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle had been found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me?
Hi.
Why? The girl is murdered. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir? Ripped out of the world. Willard, you heard it. You dare not touch the board. You ripped the deputy governor's board.
Damn the deputy governor! Get gone with them. Proctor, out of my house! Proctor,
If she is innocent, the
if
court...
she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent? If Abigail? Are the accusers always holy now? Did they wake up this morning as clean as God's fingers? Get gone with them.
Go, John.
You will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. We cannot keep her. The law binds me. I cannot budge.
The court is just...
John, just violent! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John. I think I must go with them. There's bread enough for the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his own daughter. You owe me that and much more. The children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you soon.
John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing.
Fear nothing. The children wait. Speak carefully. Tell them I have gone to visit someone.
Damn you, man! Damn you, Willard! You will not be changed. I cannot have her changed.
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Willard. I will surely.
God's name, John. I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house till I'm gone. Man, I'm blind.
Mrs. Proctor,
Out of my house!
Charity, Proctor, charity. But I've heard in her favor. I will not fear to testify in court. God help me. I cannot judge her innocent nor guilty. I know not. But consider this. The world goes mad, but it profits nothing. You should lay cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward! You be ordained in God's own tears. You are a coward now!
Proctor, I cannot make the court be broke so greatly by such a petty cause. Jails are packed. Our greatest judge is in Salem now, and hang his promise. Man, we must look to cause proportionate. Whether murdered or perhaps never brought to light. Abomination. Some secret blasphemy that's sick to heaven. Think on cause, men. Let you help me discover it. But there is your way. Believe it. There is your only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. That you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village, and what may have drawn from heaven such thunder and wrath upon you all. I shall pray to God open your eyes.
I never heard no murder till you say it.
Leave me, Francis, leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost or?
Go home now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go home now, child.
Good night, then, John.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You're coming to the court with me. You will tell what you know.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell them what you know. You will say that it were all sport.
You'll kill me for saying that. Mr. Proctor, Abigail charged lechery on you.
She's told you.
I have known it. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then our saintliness is done with. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot, they'll turn on me.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but my goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it.
Make your peace with it. Now hell and heaven grapple on our backs, and all old pretenses ripped away. Make your peace.
Oh, I cannot. I cannot.
Peace is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were. Naked. I naked, and God's wind, God's icy wind will blow.
You taught me goodness, therefore you are good. In my fire you walked me From that night, no woman dare call me wicked anymore, but I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the wind would lift up my skirts and blush for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose. And he burned my ignorance away. As bare as some cemeteries, I saw them, walking to church like saints, running to feed the sick, and hypocrites in their hearts. But God gave me the strength to call them mine, and God made men listen to me. And by God, I was struck the world clean for the love of him. John, I'm such a wife when the world's right again. You'll be amazed to see me, a light of heaven. Why are you cold?
My wife will be tried in the court.
Your wife?
Surely you knew of it.
I do remember it now. Is she well?
So she may be 36 days in that place.
You said you came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her?
I came to tell you what I will do in the court tomorrow. I will not take you by surprise, but give you all the time to think on what to do to save yourself.
Save myself?
If you do not free my wife tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you.
How ruin me?
There's rocky proof in documents that you knew that puppet were none of my wife's, and that you yourself bade Mary Warren stab that needle into it.
I made Mary Warren?
We're not so mad, you know what you do.
Oh, hypocrites. Have they won him too? Why do you let them send you?
I warn you, Abby.
They send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No! This is your wife pleading. Your envious, sniveling wife. This is Rebecca's voice, Martha Cora's
I will
voice.
prove you for the fraud you are.
And what will you ask? What will you tell? When they say, why did Abigail do so murderous a deed?
We'll tell them why.
What will you confess to? Fornication? In the court?
You have it so I will tell it. I say I will. Can you still hear? Hear this. You will tell the court that they were all sport. You will never cry butchery again, or I will make you famous for the whore you are.
I know, John. You are the woman's secret hallelujahs. That your wife will hang!
And you murderous bitch!
Oh, how hard the pretense falls! But it falls! It falls! You have done your duty by her. I hope it is your last hypocrisy. I pray you will come with sweeter news from me. I know you will. Now that your duty's done. Good night, John. Fear not. Tomorrow I will save you. From yourself, I will save you.
There is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of orchids. Do you deny it?
Is it to a witch? I know not what a witch is.
How do you know not what a witch is?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I don't hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court.
You will keep your seat.
Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land.
Remove that man, Marshal.
You're hearing lies, Your Excellency. Lies! I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? Hands off me. Damn you, let me go.
Giles, you cannot go in there. It is a court.
Out of my way, Willard. I bring evidence.
Take it calmly.
Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak.
A moment, sir. A moment.
They'll be hanging my wife.
How dare you come roaring into this court? Have you gone daft, Corey?
You were not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, and a more contentious. I have asked the question, and I'm old enough to answer it. Corey, sir, Giles Corey, I have 6 timbers and acre in addition. It is my wife you'll be hanging now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such Contemptuous ride. Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, they're telling lies about my wife.
Then you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside?
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I only say she were reading books and they come and take her out of my house.
What books?
Your Excellency, it is my third wife, and I have never no wife so taken up with books. So I sought to seek the cause of it, you see. Every moment I blamed her for it. I have broken charity with the woman, Your Excellency. I have broken charity. Oh,
Excellency, claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think that in all
Then
justice...
let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come, Giles.
We're desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
And who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar. I only have good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they both ought to be arrested in contempt.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will consider it.
Your Excellency, we have proof before your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls are frauds.
What?
We have proof of it, sir. They are deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir! Contempt!
Cease, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do. And I think you must be a very wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near the 400 are in the jails for Marblehead, Berlin, and upon my signature? And 72 condemned to hang by that signature.
Your Excellency, I never thought to say to such a wicked judge, you are deceived.
Mary Ward, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren were sick in bed?
When I fetched her last week, Your Honor, she said she was sick.
she has been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth.
Who is this man?
John Proctor. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir. She...
In peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits.
Never saw no spirits.
Never.
She has a sign.
No. I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
We have not.
They come to overthrow this court.
I pray you, Mr. Paris. Are you not aware, sir, that the entire contention of this state is that the voice of heaven is speaking through these children?
I am, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending their spirits out against you?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
It were pretense, she says.
Ah, and Susanna Walcott and the others. They're also pretending.
Aye, sir.
Indeed. Now, before I decide whether or not I shall listen to you, Mr. Proctor, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came here to declare this revelation in the open court before the public.
I thought I would, with your permission.
And what is your purpose in so doing?
I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your spirit, nor hidden in any of your desires, any desire to undermine this court.
Why, no, sir.
I tell you straight, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked by spirits. I have seen them stabbed by pins and slashed by daggers. I have yet until this moment not the slightest reason to doubt that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Does it not strike you that so many of these women have lived so long with such upright reputation? To defeat children only, and this one swears she lied.
Judge Hopkins.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she is pregnant now.
Pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
Well, if she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman cannot lie. She have never lied.
She has never.
Never, sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will let your wife be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come now. You say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then she is saved at least this year, and the year is long. What say you, sir? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger.
This man has come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
These are my friends, and their
But
wives
I
are all...
judge you not, sir. Sit you down. I am ready to hear your evidence.
I'm no lawyer, so...
Marshal, bid Judge Stockton and Judge Sewall declare recess for 1 hour, and let them go to the tavern table. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept inside the building.
Aye, sir. But if you'll excuse me, I know this man all my life. He is a good man.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, Mr. Proctor, what deposition may you have for us? And I bid you be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I would have you read this first. It's a sort of testament. People signing it declare their good opinion of my wife and Rebecca Nurse and Martha Corbin.
Their good opinion.
These are covenant people, land-holding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, they've known the women many years and never saw no signs that they had dealings with the devil.
How many names are on this list?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this.
All Christian and innocent people are happy for their courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And we think we want to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not an attack upon the court, I think.
They're all
Yeah.
covenanted Christians, sir.
Then they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, what other information may you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble on these people.
No, old man. You have not hurt these people if they're of good conscience. Now you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or be counted against it. There be no road between. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will not be one of those. She's not hard yet, see?
No, she's not. Mary, you cannot weep now. Remember the angel Raphael and what he said to the boy. Do that which is good and no harm will come to thee.
Come in. We wait you.
Thank you for my deposition, John.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
Mr. Hoffman, I had never hired no lawyer in my life.
It is, very well phrased. My copies. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, bring him in. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey.
Why, I have the best. For I've been 33 times in court in my life, and always plaintiff, too.
Oh, then you're much put upon.
Why, I am never put upon. I know my rights, and I will have them. I think your father, he tried a case of mine, say, 35 years ago.
Indeed?
You ever spoke of it?
No. I cannot recall
Strange, strange. She gave me £9 in damages. I had a wife married at the time.
saw the mayor, and it was just Hi. There he is.
Ah, Mr. Putnam. We have here an accusation against you by Mr. Corey, in which he states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail. It is a lie. Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam is what I say to that.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
Why, the proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeit of his property. That's law. And there's none other than Putnam with the coin to buy such great a peace. He's killing his neighbors for their land.
But proof, sir, proof.
Why, the proof is there. I hear from an honest man that I hear Putnam say it himself. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she had given him a fair piece of land. And the name of this man? Why, I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
You know what, why not? He'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Gargoyle!
You will surely give us his name.
I will give no name. I gave my wife's name once, and it will burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
Then I have no choice but to arrest you in contempt of this court. Do you understand that?
I will give no name. This is a hearing. You cannot clap me on the contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me good reply?
I will give no name.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey.
Your Excellency, I submit proper evidence for my...
And upon here, what confidences may the devil permit?
Your Honor, he has the story in his confidences. The devil lives on such confidences. Without such confidences, there could be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name of him who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot placate more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
And there is a prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir. But there is fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with a fear in the country. There is a fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the
But it
country.
does not follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, lest you sit in jail until you decide to answer all questions.
Oh, Dr. Thorpe,
No, kill me! No, mister! I'm no friendly here.
Peace, Giles, peace. Prove it all now.
Hands off me, John. He means to hang us all.
Forgive him for his old age, Your Honor. Peace, Giles, we'll prove it all now.
Remember the angel and the boy. Hold to it now. There is your rock. Here's Mary Warren's deposition. I would like to question.
Excellency, a moment.
Mr. Hale,
This goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
I'm sure it does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be made by a farmer. In God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now, look you, Mr. Hale.
I have signed 17 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life if there be a proof so immaculate. No slightest qualm of conscience may simply doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
Excellency, I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I will not conceal it. I tell you true, sir. My hand shakes, that is with a wound. I pray you, let this argument lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now let you consider, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now, we cannot hope that the witches will accuse themselves, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon their victims, and they do testify. The children serving do testify. As for the witches, none may doubt that we are most eager for their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I feel I've made my point, have I not?
But this child claims the girls are not truthful. And if they are not...
That is precisely what I'm about to consider. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
I surely do not, sir. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. Now, this deposition by Mary Warren. Mr. Paris, I bid you be silent. Sit you down, Mr. Proctor. You sit there. Mr. Cheever, go into the court and bring the children out. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for it?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court, callously lying, when you knew that people would hang by your evidence? Answer me.
I did, sir.
How are you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir, I am with God now.
You are with God now.
I, sir.
I will tell you this. Either you're lying now, or you're lying in the court. And in either case, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie now, Lord. I am with God. I am with God.
No questions done in court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she states that she never saw no spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law, and the law based upon the Bible. And the Bible, written by Almighty God, strictly forbid the practice of witchcraft and describe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and the Bible damn all liars and bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may have been devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has herself been conquered by Satan, who now sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break forth. But if she speak true, children, I bid you now, drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth to this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You will still go on with this.
Aye, sir.
A poppet who discovered in Mr. Proctor's house stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in court when she made that, and that you saw her stab a needle into it for safekeeping. Well, you work for Mr. Proctor. Did you ever see any poppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept poppets.
My wife never kept no poppets.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever,
when I spoke to Goody Proctor in her house, she said she never kept no poppets. She said she did keep poppets when she was a girl.
She has not been a girl these 15 years.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will
It
it
will
not?
keep if it is kept.
Could there be puppets hidden where no one has ever saw them?
There might also be 2 golden candlesticks, but no one ever saw them.
You're here precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
you are charged Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It's no child. I would have you hear it. In the sight of the congregation, she had been twice put out this year for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during. Mr. Paris, have you had any witness of this? Do you deny it?
I do believe it happened once. She's sometimes silly, but she's solemn now.
Hi, she's solemn and she goes to hang people.
Quiet, man!
It have no bearing on the question, Your Excellency. The charge is contemplation of murder.
Aye. But it strikes hard upon me that she will laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Oh, ever since I came to Salem, this man has been
In a moment, sir! What is this dancing?
Aye. Mr. Proctor,
Abigail leads the girls to the woods where they have danced naked.
Your Honor,
Mr. Paris.
I can only say that I never saw any of them naked.
But she have danced. Abigail.
Excellency, when I first arrived in Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not, but I never saw any of them naked.
But she have danced.
I, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray. Proceed.
Now, Mary, you say you were never afflicted by any manifest of the devil's agents.
no, sir.
And yet when people accused you, confronted you in court, you would faint, saying that they came out of their bodies and choked you.
It was pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
You did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times when you were icy.
They were pretending. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Why not? Now that there are no spirits attacking you, for none in this court has been accused of witchcraft. That you turn yourself cold. That you pretend you are attacked now. Faint!
Faint?
Hi, faint. Prove to us how you pretended in court so many times before. As you claim.
I cannot faint now, sir.
Can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking?
I cannot tell, sir.
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirits loose, but in the court there are some?
I never saw no spirits.
Confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you faint.
No, sir. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw spirits.
But I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw spirits unless you saw spirits?
I cannot tell how, but I did. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them, and they were only sport in the beginning, sir, but then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely you're not taken back by such a simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now, search your heart and tell me this, and beware of it, child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind when...
This is a base question,
Child,
sir.
I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been here to murder, boarding out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, and questioned like a
Child, I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. If you be so high and mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits, beware of it! There is...
What is it, child?
I know not. A cold wind has come.
Abby, Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending. She is cold, Your Honor. Touch her!
Mary, do you send the shadow upon me? Lord, save me.
I freeze.
Abby, don't do that.
Mary Ward, do you witch her? I say to you, do you send your spirit out?
Let me go, Mr. Proctor. I cannot.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away the shadow!
Whore! How do you dare call heaven?
Man, what do you...
It is a whore!
You charge!
She is no child no more.
You will prove this. This
I have
will
known
not...
her! I've known her.
You are a lecher.
John, you cannot.
No, Francis, it is true. It is true. Surely you will know, Your Honor, that a man cannot pass away his good name.
In what time? In what time? In what place?
In the proper place, where my beasts are bedded. It's 8 months now, sir. 8 months. She used to serve me in my house, sir. Man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know it now. Please, see her what she is. My wife, my dear good wife, took this girl soon after, sir, and put her out on the high road. And being what she is, a lump of vanity, Your Excellency, forgive me! She thinks to dance with me on my grave. Well, she might, for I thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted. But it is a whore's vengeance. And my wife knows a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this.
If I must answer that, Mr. Danforth, I will leave no rock.
She does not deny, Mr. Danforth.
You will keep your seat. Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring good wife. And Mr. Paris, tell her not one word of what's been said here. And let you knock before you enter. Now, we shall get to the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman.
She cannot lie. There are them that cannot weep and them that cannot sing. My wife cannot lie.
And when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot.
I, sir.
And you her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God have his mercy on you. Hold! Come here. Turn. You do likewise. Now let neither of you turn to face goody Proctor. No one in this room is to speak a word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Mr. Cheever, record this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here. Look at me only, and not at your husband. In my eyes only.
Good, sir.
We are given to understand that at one point you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only, and not at your husband. The truth is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Now, why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you? Look at me. Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasted his time at the shovelboard, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby. I thought I felt my husband somewhat turning from me. And this
Look at me!
I, sir, Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied me. And so, one night, I lost my wits, I think, and I put her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you.
He...
Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question. Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her. Elizabeth, tell the truth. She has spoken. Remove her.
I have confessed it.
John!
She only thought to say my name.
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg you, stop now before another is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. I believe him now. By my oath to heaven, I believe him, and I pray you call back his
She
wife.
spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lies.
I believe him. I cannot turn my face from it no more. This girl has always struck me false.
No, not be gone, I said!
Child, what is it? Girls, why do you?
Why do you come, yellow bird?
Quiet!
Where's a bird?
Quiet!
Behind the rafter.
Where?
My face. My face. But you can't want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Abby! It's a black art to change your shape. I can't stop my mouth. It's God's work I do. Abby, I'm here. Please don't come now. Her claws. She's stretching her claws. I'm not hurting her.
Why does she see this vision?
You cannot believe that.
She sees nothing. She sees nothing. Abby, you mustn't. Abby, you mustn't. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Mary Warren, draw back your spirit out of them.
Mr. Danforth. Mr. Danforth.
Have you compacted with the devil? Have you?
Never, 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 never.
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip. I'll stop it.
They're sporting. They're sporting. Abby, stop it. Abby, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
These past 2 weeks, you're afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power. I have no power.
Why you turn about these past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not?
I...
Mary, God damns all liars.
You have seen the devil. You have made contact with Lucifer, have you not?
Damns liars, Mary.
What do you say? I cannot hear you. You will confess yourself or you will hang. Do you know who I am? You will confess yourself.
She's walking to me. She's gonna come down. Please don't hurt me, please, Mary. She's gonna tell me now.
This is not witchcraft. These girls are fraud.
I will have nothing from you, Mr. Hale.
the book?
My name! He want my name! I'll burn you, he says, if my wife hangs! We must go never go to court, he says!
Mary,
He
how?
comes to me at night, his eyes like coal, his fingers claw my neck, and I sighed,
Excellency, the child's gone wild!
No! I love God! I'm going away no more! I love God! I bless God! Oh, happy, happy, I'll never hurt you more!
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny it. What say you? You will keep this black allegiance yet? Or will you confess yourself befouled with hell? What say you, sir?
I say, God is dead! Hear it! Hear it! Fire! A fire is burning! I hear the boot of Lucifer. I see his filthy face, and it is your face and mine, Danforth. For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed, as you now quail, but you know in all your black hearts that this be fraud! God damns our kind especially. We will burn in hell forever.
Marshal! Take him and Corey with him to the jail!
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court!
Mr. Hale!
We're pulling down heaven and raising up a
Mr.
wall!
Hale!
Sarah Good, pitch a book. Wake up.
Oh, Majesty, come in, Tituba, he's here, His Majesty's come.
Go to the north cell. This place is wanted.
Don't look to me like His Majesty. Look more to me like the Marshal.
Get along now. Out with you.
Oh, is it you, Marshal? I thought surely you'd be the devil coming for us. Could I have a sip of cider for me going away?
And where are you off to, Sarah?
Oh, we go into Barbados unless the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
And happy voyage to you.
A pair of bluebirds winging southerly, the two of us. Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal.
You'd best give this to me now, or you'll never be able to rise off the ground.
I'll speak to him for you if you desire to come along then, Marshal.
I've not refused it, Tituba, but it's a proper warning to fly into hell.
Oh, it'd be no hell in Barbados. Devil, it'd be pleasure man in Barbados. It'd be singing, dancing. You folks, that abuse right live up around here. We took hold up here for that old boy. He breaks his soul in Massachusetts, but in Barbados he's as sweet as a... Yes, sir, that's him. Sarah, I'm here, Majesty.
Never you go there everywhere.
Get along now. Out.
Oh, he coming for me, I coming home.
Now you tell him, Tituba. Now you tell him Sarah Good is going too.
Take me home, devil. Take me home.
Keep it going.
Take me home, devil. Take me home.
That ain't sailing. It's a boat now with a hatful of milk. Good morning, Majesty.
Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
It's toward midnight, I think.
What is his business about here?
He sits with those that will hang. He sits with Goody Proctor and Mr. Paris.
Marshal, that man has no authority to enter here. Why have you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris commanded me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir. It is cold here and I have no fire.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Yes, sir.
There is a prodigious stench in this place.
I have only cleared the place out for you.
Beware our drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question Hale, Excellency. I have not been surprised he has been preaching in Andover lately.
Speak nothing of Andover. Paris, praise me. That's strange.
I believe Paris has a mad look these days.
Mad.
I met him yesterday coming out of his house, and I bade him go home, but he just wept and went his way. I do not think it is well for the town to seem so unsteady.
Perhaps he has some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
Cows.
There's so many cows wandering the high roads now. Their masters are in jails, and there's much disagreement on who they belong to. I know, Mr. Ferris, you argued with the farmer about yesterday. It's big contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep, sir. We're always a man that will weep for contention.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon for waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Hopper.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you leave him alone with the prisoners?
What's his business about here?
Hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca nurse to God.
He bids her confess.
Hear me. Rebecca has not given me a word since she came. Now she sits with me, and her sister, and Martha Corey, and 2 or 3 others. And he pleads with them to confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why? This is indeed a providence. And they sop it. They sop it.
Not yet, but it would be wise whether or not to decide. There is news for the court. The court must reckon with my niece. I believe she is banished.
Banished?
I had thought to advise you earlier in the week, but
Why? How long has she gone?
this be the 3rd night. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
Where may they be? I will send a party after them myself.
I think they'd be aboard the ship. My daughter heard me speaking of ships last weekend. And tonight, I discovered my strong box broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Paris, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, it profit you nothing for you to blame me. I can understand why they would flee, unless they feared to stay in Salem after the news of Andover.
Andover is remedy. The court will return there on Monday and will resume examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir. The news of Andover speaks rebellion.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover have thrown up the court. They will take no part in witchcraft. There is a faction feeding on that news here. I fear there will be a riot.
Riot! Why at every execution I have seen naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hawthorne, another sort hanged till now. Rebecca nurses no Bridget, had stayed with Bishop for 3 years before marrying him. And John Proctor is no Isaiah Ward that drank his family to ruin. Let Rebecca nurse stand upon the gibbet and say that some righteous prayer. I fear she will strike vengeance on you.
Your Excellency, she is condemned a witch.
Peace.
Court of...
And how do you propose, sir?
I would postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency, now that Mr. Hale is right, there is hope. For even if he brings one of these to God, it surely damns the other in the public eye. And none may doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessing, claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Honest men will weep for them. Her good purpose will be lost in their tears.
Mr. Cheever, effective the list.
Excellency, you cannot forget that when I called for the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, hardly 30 came. That speaks discontent.
There will be no postponement. Now, sir, which of these, in your honest opinion, may be brought to God? I myself would strive with him until dawn.
There is not sufficient time till dawn.
I shall do my utmost. Which of these do you have hope for?
A dagger.
What do you say?
When I leave my house last night, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not leave my house at night.
Accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. Where is he? Glad to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon me. They will not pardon.
You mistake me, sir. I cannot pardon them when 12 are already executed for the same crime. It is not just.
The sun will rise in a few minutes. Excellency, I must have more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I shall receive no plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. The names of these 7 are already given out. 12 have already been executed, and the town expects to see them all die at dawn. Postponement now speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon will cast doubt upon the guilt of them that died till now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. If you fear retaliation, know this. I should hang 10,000 that dare to rise against the law, and an ocean of salt tears could not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now draw yourselves up like men, and help me as you are bound by God to do. Have you spoken with them all, Mr. Hale?
All but Proctor. He's in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird. You do not know he lived except he'll eat from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on with child.
She is, sir.
Is he yet at you? Has he struck at you again?
He cannot, sir. He's chained to a wall now.
What say you, Mr. Harris? Do you have closer knowledge of this man? Might her presence soften him?
She's not seen him in 3 months. What should do? I will think to summon them.
Let you bring Goody Proctor up. Then let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone a week and publish to the town that you are striving for their confessions, that speaks mercy on your part, not falsehood.
Mr. Hale, as God hath not empowered me like Joshua to stop the sun from rising, so I cannot withhold them from the perfection of their punishments.
You think God built you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth? You are surely mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken in Salem.
Excellency, there are orphans wandering from house to house, abandoned cattle bellow on the high roads, the rot of stinking crop hanging everywhere. And no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you wonder if rebellion spoke? Better you should marvel how will it not burn your province?
Mr. Hale, have you been preaching in Andover lately?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why? It is all simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians to belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush!
Goody nurse. I hope you are hardy.
I lived 6 months before my time.
Pray. Be at your ease. We come not for your life. We... Mr. Hale, will you please speak with this woman?
Good wife, Proctor. Your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I have heard.
You know, do you not, that I have no connection with the court. I come of my own. I would save your husband's life, for if he is taken, I count myself as murderer.
What do you want of me?
Good Proctor. I have come this 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way. Damnation's doubled on the minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
They are
No more! No, I will hear no more of this.
do not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. For I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion, the very crowns of holy law I want. And what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned my great eye of faith, blood flowed up. Beware, good Proctor. Heed to no faith when faith brings blood. It is a mistaken law that leads to sacrifice. Life, it's God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, can determine it. I beg you, woman, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him tell his lie. Quail not before God's judgment in this. For it may well be that God damns a liar, lest he that throws his life away from pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he would listen to another.
I think that the devil's argument.
Woman, before his laws, we are as swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. And I'm learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Your husband, he will die with the sunrise. Do you understand it? Will you contend with him? Are you stoned? I tell you, true woman, had I no other evidence of your unnatural life, your dry tears now would be sufficient evidence that you delivered up your soul to hell. A very ache would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity within you? Take her out. If profit nothing, she should speak with him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
Will you speak with your husband, or will you not?
Promise not to contend with him. Let me speak with him.
Pray. Leave them, Excellency.
This is the Proctor. You have been notified, have you not? I see light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell.
Chained?
I, the child,
Gross.
there was no word of the voice.
They're well. Rebecca's dead and keeps them.
You've not seen them.
I have not.
You are remarkable, Elizabeth. Come to my life.
No.
None have yet confessed.
There'll be many that confess.
Who are they?
There'll be 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There'll be many.
Rebecca?
She will not. She have one foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard of it?
I hear nothing where I'm kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged, for he would not answer irony to his indictment. For if he denied the charges, he would be hanged surely, and they would auction out his property. So he stand new and died Christian under the law. So his sons will have his fund. It is the law, for they cannot condemn him a wizard unless he plead aye or nay.
How did he die?
They press him, John.
Press?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. They say he give them but 2 words, more weight, and died.
More weight.
Aye, where fearsome man drags for him.
Continue, I confess. What say you? If I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, and still living, John, that's sure.
Giles' wife. She confessed.
She will not.
It was a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is a fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man.
And yet you've not confessed until now. That speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite only keeps me silent. It's hard to give a lie to dogs. Have you forgiveness?
It's not mine to give, John.
I would have you see some honesty in it. Let them that never lied die now to keep their souls. For me it is a pretense, a vanity that would not blind God or keep my children out of the way. What say you?
John, it comes to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. I have read my heart this 3 months. I have sins of my own to count. You took hold life to Comte's lechery.
No, no.
Oh, you should know me.
I will not hear it. I know you.
Take my sins.
No.
John.
Take my own. Take my own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made. Suspicion kissed you when I did, and I never knew how I should say my love. You're a cold house I kept.
The sun is soon up. What say you, Proctor?
Do as you wish, but let none be your judge. For there be no higher judge under heaven than Proctors. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in this world.
I want my life.
You will confess?
I will have my life.
Lord be praised! It is a providence! He will confess! Proctor will confess!
Why do you cry it? It's evil, is it not? It is evil.
Cannot be your judge, John.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest, I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint, but for me it is fraud.
I am not your judge, John.
Would you ever give them such a lie? Say it. Would you ever give them this? No, you would not. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. Good then, it is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man. Praise to God. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, this we shall post upon the church door. Where's the marshal?
Willem, hurry!
Now then, mister, will you speak slowly and directly for Mr. Cheever's sake? Mr. Proctor, did you ever see the devil in your life? Come, man. There is light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I myself will give out this news. Did you ever see the devil?
I did.
And when he come to you, did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
You did.
And you bound yourself to his service. Ah, goody nurse. Come in, woman.
Ah, John, you are well then, eh?
Courage, man. Courage. Let her witness your good example that she may bring herself to God. Say on, Mr. Proctor. Did you ever see the devil?
Why, John!
I did.
Now, woman, you surely see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John, God send his mercy on you.
Pick her out. I say, will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
Why, it is a lie, it is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil come to you, did you see Rebecca nursing his company? No. Come, man. Take courage. Did you ever see her with the devil?
No.
Did you ever see her sister, Mary Easty, with the devil?
Oh, I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
Mr. Proctor, you mistake me. You have most certainly seen some person with the devil. Mr. Proctor, a score of people have already sworn that they saw this woman
It is
with the
proved.
devil.
It is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why, you should rejoice to say it if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
You think to go like saints. I'd like not to spoil the names.
Mr. Proctor, do you think they go like saints? Now look you here, sir. You have me mistaken here. And that is not what you thought. She's convicted of the unnatural murder of children. And you for sending your spirit out upon Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Will you tell me now what persons conspired with you in the devil's service? To your own knowledge, has Rebecca Nurse ever...
I may speak my own sins, not speak for another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a weighty name. It will strike upon the village.
Come back. Sign your testimony. Mr. Cheever, take it to him.
You've seen me confess.
Sign it.
What more is needed?
You will not sign it?
You've seen me confess. It is done.
Do you sport with me? I say you will consign it, or you are not confessing anything, mister. Your second name, sir.
Praise be to the Lord.
Now, sir, if you please.
No.
Mr. Proctor.
No, no! I've signed it. You have seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
The village must have proof.
Damn the village! God has seen my name on this. God does not need to know how black my sins are. God knows how black they are.
No, sir. It is...
You came to save my soul, did you not? Here, I have confessed. It is enough.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed. Is there no good penitence but to be public?
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. There's no part of salvation that you should use me.
I do not wish
I have
to
3
use
children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world when I sold my friends?
You have not sold your friend.
Beguile me not. I blacken their names when this is nailed to the church door, the very day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal evidence.
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Say what you will. Say Proctor broke to his knees and wept like a woman, but my name
It is
cannot...
the same, is it not? If you sign to it or I report it,
It's not the same. What others say and what I sign to is not the same.
why? Do you mean to deny this confession when you are free?
I deny nothing.
Then tell me, Mr. Proctor, why you will not...
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another! Because I lie and I sign myself to lies! Because I am not worth the dust and the feet of them that hang! How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul, leave me my name!
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it, mister. You will give me your good and honest confession, or I cannot keep you from the room. I do not deal in lies, mister. Which way do you go?
Proctor! Proctor!
Marshal.
You cannot! You will hang!
Pray God it speaks some goodness for you. Show them a heart of stone and sanctity.
Don't you fear nothing? There's another judgment that puts us all.
Hang them high over the town. Whoever weeps for deeds, weeps for corruption. Take them.
Come in.
I have not had my breakfast.
Go to me. There is still yet time. Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, plead with him. It is Christ. It is Benedict. Be his helper. Shall the just praise him? Shall the works declare his truth? Go to him. Take his shame away.
You have his goodness now. God forbid I take that from him.
Tonight. A very special birthday.
A
Someone
very
special
special birthday
To
the
Goody
woman, to Goody Raynon, the woman that
birthday.